And the sacrifice, the teamwork, the courage is just remarkable. And we do it for love of country. We do it for fellow human beings. And I'm really pleased to be able to sign this today. Colonel Moe, you know, I called him out of the blue, and I didn't know if he was going to take the job as representing the veterans across the state. As you all know, Colonel now is stirring some things up around the state because we want to make sure that our veteran service officers inside of all the counties are doing everything they can to make sure that Ohio veterans are able to access the benefits. And frankly, that has not been as effective as we would like, and Colonel Moe discovered it. You know, I went down to Wright-Patterson with Colonel Moe when the Silver Star was awarded to Jesse Snow, a young man that threw his body in front of his comrades and gave up his life to save others. Down there at Wright-Pat that day, we had a chance to walk around and look at, you know, it just seems like it was yesterday, Vietnam. We went and had an opportunity to look at the cell that Colonel Moe was in. In fact, I asked him in a cabinet meeting not long ago what the secret code was that they tapped in that prison camp. And you know, it was really something. He sent me a letter that is, I don't know if you know, Colonel, it's on display in my office. It's a really prized possession that I have, and he laid out exactly how they communicated in those cells. And obviously, we don't want to compare one person's heroism to another, but I consider it to be a great arc of justice that a man that was imprisoned in Hanoi, beaten within an inch of his life, becomes the man that represents veterans in Ohio, and frankly, is a man that represents veterans in America. It's just so fantastic to see the arc. And I just wonder, Colonel, what those people in Hanoi would say if they saw you standing here today. And you know, I hadn't thought of it until like this very instant. But this is sort of like a final moment to be able to raise your hands, right, and just kind of celebrate in a way what you did, your service. Maybe it's a way to get all those pent-up years of frustration out. America loves you now. It was difficult when you came home, but America loves your service. They love the Vietnam veterans. They love the colorful guys that represent I gave the Leatherneck Nation a big hug over there. America loves you, but this is an appropriate day and a great day and the right day. And I think Colonel Moe would be the first person to tell you that it's not about him. Don't talk about me. And you know, in some ways, we salute him, but he really represents all of you and will continue to push to make sure that there is justice and equity and opportunity for every single veteran, not only in Ohio, but also in our country. Colonel Moe.
Well, I can't tell you how happy, but absolutely humbled I am today to see this bill signed to forever recognize March 30th in Ohio as Vietnam Veterans Day, a welcome home day. We have over 800,000 veterans in Ohio, and well over one-third of them, over 300,000 of them served in the Vietnam era. And I'm proud to say that I'm one of them. But I'm most proud that our state is taking this step to finally give my generation of veterans the honor and thanks that so many of them did not receive. This is a deeply personal event for me. As you know, I was a guest of North Vietnamese for over 5 years, but I always believed that my family and my country were behind me and that they would one day bring me home. When that day came, I felt a tremendous sense of welcome and thankfulness. Sadly, as you've heard and have heard over the years, many of my comrades received a negative reception even vilification for their service. The war was going on at home as well as overseas. Today, though, is the day to heal, to close up those wounds, to leave the divisions in the past, and to come together with one purpose, to say thanks to those of us who put our lives and futures in jeopardy to serve our country in Southeast Asia. I want to thank all of my fellow Vietnam veterans who worked on the issue, and the General Assembly, and the Governor, for all the efforts put forth this year and for the last several years to bring this day to fruition. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of my brothers and sisters who served in Vietnam. We can now join together in honor to recognize what we did for our nation and remember those who didn't come back. So today is our day when we can finally say we are welcomed back home. And the Governor made a comment that reminded me that I thought I would end on a nonverbal comment. God bless the U.S.